Our today's topic is Kirchhoff's law. Question is, why do we need to apply Kirchhoff's law? As we know that simple circuits containing one EMF source and one resistor or more resistors can be solved by the help of Ohm's law or by using rules of series and parallel combination of resistance. But complex circuits where we have more than one EMF source, so there we need to apply Kirchhoff's law because we cannot use Ohm's law or rules of series and parallel combinations of resistors where we have more than one EMF sources and many resistors. Sometimes we encounter circuits where simplifications by series and parallel combinations is impossible. Consequently, Ohm's law cannot be applied to solve such circuits. Complex circuits. Such circuits in which more than one EMF is present or resistors are connected in a complicated manner are called complex circuits. Here in these figures you can see complex circuits. Here we have two EMF sources. In this figure we have only one EMF source, but we cannot apply Ohm's law here or series or parallel combination rules of resistance here because resistors are neither connected in series connection nor in parallel connection. So it is example of complex circuits. So we cannot apply Ohm's law or rules of series and parallel combinations of resistance here. So we need to apply Kirchhoff's law. In order to solve complex circuits, German physicist Gustav Robert Kirchhoff gave two laws known as Kirchhoff's laws: Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's current law, or KCL. This law is related to the currents at the junctions of an electric circuit. For applying Kirchhoff's current law, or KCL, consider this junction point or node point of a circuit. Junction point or node point of a circuit is a point where two or more components are connected. Because two or more components of circuit are connected at this junction point, so current is entering this junction and as well as current is leaving this junction. In this figure, current I1 is entering, current I4 is entering or approaching the junction point, but current I2, I3 and I5 are leaving the junction point. According to Kirchhoff's current law, the algebraic sum of all the currents meeting at a junction in an electrical circuit is zero. Summation of current is equals to 0. Here we have analogy. Here water is entering from this point to node point, and from these ends water is leaving. A junction is a point where two or more components are connected. Consider four conductors carrying currents I1, I2, I3 and I4. If we take the signs of currents flowing towards point O as positive, then currents flowing away from point O will be assigned negative sign. In this figure, current I1 and current I2 are flowing towards point O, so they are taken as positive. And current I3 and I4 are leaving or flowing away from point O, so they are taken as negative. It's our own choice. We can take I1 and I2 as negative and I3 and I4 as positive. But the important thing is currents flowing towards point O have same sign and currents flowing away from point O must have same sign, but opposite to the current flowing towards the point O. Thus, applying Kirchhoff's current law to the junction, as we have taken I1 and I2 positive, so I3 and I4 must be negative. We have summation of currents is equals to 0, sigma I is equals to 0. So summing up all the currents at junction point O, I1 plus I2 plus minus I3. Here minus is because current is moving away from the junction point, and plus minus I4, and minus I4 is because I4 is also leaving the junction point O, is equals to 0. Finally, we have I1 plus I2 is equals to I3 plus I4. Kirchhoff's current law may also be stated as the algebraic sum of currents flowing towards the junction in an electrical circuit is equal to the algebraic sum of currents flowing away from that junction. Kirchhoff's current law is based on the law of conservation of charge, because electric current is flow of free electrons and they cannot accumulate at any point in the circuit. This is in accordance with the law of conservation of charge. Kirchhoff's voltage law, or KVL. This law refers to EMF and voltage drops in a closed circuit or closed loop, and may be stated as: in any closed electrical circuit, the algebraic sum of all the electromotive force, EMF, and voltage drops in resistor is equal to 0. Algebraic sum of EMF plus algebraic sum of voltage drops is equals to 0. For applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in a circuit, we add all the EMF and all the voltage drops across a resistor, and that becomes equal to 0. While using Kirchhoff's rules, it is worthwhile to follow the approach given below. First step is draw circuit diagram. Here in this figure we have circuit diagram in which there are two EMF sources, A1 and A2, and there are two resistors, R1 and R2. Second step is assume a loop current in each loop. All the loop current should be in same direction. It may be either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Here, because we have only one loop, so we can consider current in this loop. It's our own choice. We can consider the current in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. It doesn't matter. Third step is write the loop equation for each loop. Here we have only one loop, so we will write the equation for this loop. For writing each loop equation, the voltage change across any component is positive if traversed from low to high potential. For batteries, positive terminal is always at higher potential. Step number 4 is potential drop across a resistor is always taken as negative. Let us consider the given circuit. There are two batteries and two resistances are connected in series with each other. Consider a loop current I in anti-clockwise direction. According to KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, if we will follow the direction of current, then we will observe that across E1 from the positive to negative side there is a fall of potential, that is minus E1. Through resistor R1, potential drop is minus IR1. Across resistor R2 there is potential drop minus IR2. Across E2 from the negative to positive side there is a rise in potential. Rise of potential is written as positive E2. By summing up all the EMF plus potential drop across the resistor, we get this equation minus E1 minus IR1 minus IR2 minus plus E2 is equals to 0. Here IR1 and IR2 are potential drops across resistor R1 and resistor R2 respectively, and E1 and E2 are EMF of the batteries. E1 is taken as negative and E2 is taken as positive due to fall and rise of potential across the EMF sources. Find the current flowing through each resistor of the following figure. Here we have a circuit diagram, and in this diagram there are two EMF sources of 10 volt and 6 volt respectively, and two resistors of 2 ohm and 1 ohm respectively. Because it is a complex circuit, so we can apply Kirchhoff's law here to solve this circuit. We have R1 is equals to 2 ohms, R2 is equals to 1 ohm, E1 is equals to 10 volt, and E2 is equals to 6 volt. One thing you can notice here that I didn't write positive or negative sign with E1 or E2, because we can write it after assuming the direction of current through each loop. Current through resistor R1 is equals to I, R1 is equals to unknown because we have to find current through resistor R1, and current through resistor R2 is equals to I R2, that is also unknown. We have to calculate current through resistor R2. Solution: mark the points as A, B, C, D, E and F. Now in this diagram we have two loops. Consider two loop currents I1 and I2 in the same direction, anti-clockwise direction. First, consider loop A, B, E, F, A. By applying KVL on this loop, we get minus E1 minus I1 in minus I2 into R1 is equals to 0. Actually, here across the EMF source E1, from the positive to negative side, there is a fall of potential. That's why we write minus E1. Across resistor R1, current I1 is entering. That's why we are taking I1 as positive, and current I2 is leaving. That's why we take I2 as negative. By summing both currents, we get I1 minus I2. And there is potential drop across resistor R1. So that potential drop V1 can be written as minus I1 minus I2 into R1. I1 minus I2 is total current. So total current into R1 is potential, and there is potential drop. That's why we write negative sign is equals to 0. By putting all the values in above equation, we get minus 10 minus I1 minus I2 into 2 is equals to 0. By rearranging, we get minus 10 is equals to I1 minus I2 into 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and we get minus 5 is equals to I1 minus I2. By rearranging, we get minus 5 plus I2 is equals to 1. Let's say it equation number 1. Now consider loop BCDEB. By applying KVL on this loop, we get minus I2 minus I1 into R1 minus I2 R2 plus E2 is equals to 0. Across resistor R1 in this loop, I2 is entering and I1 is leaving. That's why we have taken I2 as positive and I1 as negative, and the total current across this resistor R1 is I2 minus I1. So the potential drop is minus I2 minus I1 into R1. Actually, I2 minus I1 is total current and total current into R1 is potential, and potential drop is written with negative sign. Across resistor R2, there is potential drop that can be written as minus I2 into R2. I2 R2 represents potential and negative sign represents potential drop across resistor R2. Across EMF E2 from negative to positive side, there is rise in potential, and rise in potential is written with positive E2. Because we have applied Kirchhoff's voltage law, that's why we added all the voltage drops across resistor R1 and R2 and EMF E2. That becomes equal to 0. Put all the values in above equation. We get minus into I2 minus I1 into 2 minus I2 into 1 plus 6 is equal to 0. By solving, we get minus 2I2 plus 2I1 minus I2 plus 6 is equals to 0. By solving this, you will get I2 is equals to minus 4. Put the value of I2 in equation 1. We get minus 5 minus 4 is equals to I1, and finally I1 is equals to minus 9. Current through resistor R1 will be IR1 is equals to I1 minus I2 is equals to minus 9 minus into minus 4, and we get IR1 is equals to minus 5 ampere. Current through resistor R2 will be IR2 is equals to I2 is equals to minus 4. IR2 is equals to minus 4 ampere. So by using KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, we can calculate the current in a circuit that is a complex circuit. Your homework is to find the current flowing through each resistor of the following figure. Best of luck.